whipped backstitch. Whipped backstitch builds upon the backstitch. So if you need help with that, you can look at my video that demonstrated backstitch. So for the whipped backstitch, you can either whip it with another length of the same color, which is what I will be doing for the curve here, or you can do it with a contrasting color, which will give you like a cool candy cane striped effect, and I will demonstrate that on the straight line here. So the first thing that I'm going to do now that my backstitch is already done is I have my needle threaded with another 3 strands of the same color thread I used. And I'm going to come up at the end of my curvy line here and pull my needle all the way through to the knot. And now, without going through my fabric at all, I'm going to essentially wrap the thread around each stitch. So I'm going to be coming in from this is my right side every time. So I'm going to put my needle underneath the stitch here without going through my fabric at all. Let me zoom in on that. So you can see that there. And I'm just going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to come back onto my next stitch, underneath my next stitch, and bring the thread back around so that it is wrapping around each of my stitches. It covers up where I have like met each one of my stitches. So like every time that there is a break because it's a new stitch, it covers that up. Makes the line a little bit fuller and a little bit more spirally. It kind of looks a little bit more like a stem stitch. And I'm just going to do that until my thread is gone. And I'm not going through the fabric at all, just underneath each stitch. I'm coming back to the right side to go underneath every time. And now that I have finished that line, I'm just going to come back down through the fabric and finish off my thread. So there it is with the same color. You can tell that the line looks a little bit smoother than it did. It's also a little bit bolder and it comes up off of the fabric a little bit more. It's got a little bit more depth to it. So that's it with the same color. Okay, so I've got my contrasting color threaded and a knot tied at the end of it. I'm going to come up through the top and start again. Because I'm right-handed, I usually come in from the right side every time, but you can absolutely come through from the left if you are left-handed. It won't really affect anything, I don't think. It's just going to be a swirly stripe no matter what. But yeah, and then just going to come through the end there And now I have this lovely contrasting striped line. So that's 2 ways to do a whipped back stitch. Thanks for checking it out.